Hey, good morning. It's our second day working on supporting question 1, what was the Black Death? And hopefully you read most of this long primary source yesterday. If you didn't, go to File and make a copy on either today's or yesterday's, and that's what you'll be working on because you have 2 questions to answer. You have this question at the top. Do you think that disease can change the world? If so, how? If not, how come? Just type your answer right in there. It does not have to be long. And then you have to answer this one on the bottom, your task. Write a description of the Black Death that includes its symptoms and where outbreaks occurred in Europe and Asia. So you should be getting this information about symptoms from both the picture and the description in here. You should use some you should use parenthetical citations like in text, in quotes, actual evidence. Use their words and explain it. And where the outbreaks occurred in Europe and Asia, you should also be getting them from here, from this longer passage. They do talk about where it came from. If you can't find it here, you can also look in the map from the chapter from Monday. So you can go back and look at Mondays. The length of this, it shouldn't be short. Okay, I'm not going to give you a paragraph number on it because it's going to be different for every person, but it shouldn't be short. It should be, you should fully describe the symptoms and where the outbreaks occurred. If it were me, I'd make it like 2 paragraphs, the symptoms and 1 for the outbreaks. You could certainly go more than that. Maybe you could go less than that, but I would think probably like 2 paragraphs. Okay, I'm not making that a requirement. I'm not putting that on there, but that's just what I'm thinking and how I'd like to set that up as if this were my assignment. Okay, so that's what you should do for your task here. That is today's task. Just going over this source a little bit more. I really think it's funny how it ends because it is so long. And he goes on and says, "But I shall spare you the detailed description of the miseries visited upon us." So if he's sparing us the description of miseries, what were we just reading for like the last 3 pages? Those were very detailed descriptions. He's talking about burials and bodies and the symptoms, and it describes how it affects the poor and the middle class and all this types of stuff. He goes on and describes it to endless detail, and he says, "I shall spare you a detailed description." So think about how much he's not telling us about how awful it was. Just another quick point, if you ever need to look up a word, this was a hard, I think it was hard because there were some hard words, but I don't think it was hard to read. But if you're ever confused, and especially if it's on a Google Doc, hopefully you know this, you just highlight it. You don't even have to highlight it. You just click the word, you right click, and then you click define a word. So this word palazzi, what is it? A palatial building, especially in Italy. And a palatial means like palace-sized. So they're talking about palace-sized buildings here. Again, this is on view only today and yesterday. So you go to File and then to make a copy. And you can make a copy and then you can type right on that, and then you will submit that copy as today's attendance on Wednesday. All right, so you will go to the assignment and you'll click Add Google Drive and then find your copy of supporting question 1, and that's what you will upload as your attendance on Wednesday. If anyone has any questions, look at the video from yesterday from the recorded Google Meet that I went over with the people who joined, and from my description and video from yesterday. And then you can also reach out to me on Google Meet. If you have any questions, I'm happy to video chat if anyone needs it, but I'm not scheduling a video chat today. Tomorrow we're going to continue this, looking at how the Black Death spread so quickly. Again, your attendance form today is to complete the 2 tasks on this and turn in this document. The length of this, make sure you fully answer the question and use evidence from the picture and from the text. You should have plenty to work with. All right, good luck. Let me know any questions, please. And looking forward to reading some of your responses. Good luck.